Hello viewers, welcome to my third lecture. In this lecture we are going to cover hypercharge, strangeness and isospin, some definitions. Then we have leptons and its property, quark model and anti-quark model, quark composition of mesons and baryons. Okay, so let us proceed. So in previous lectures we have discussed this formula, that is Q is equal to third component of isospin plus baryon number plus strangeness upon 2. In this particular formula, the term baryon number plus strangeness is called as hypercharge. Okay, this is called as hypercharge. So whenever hypercharge is asked, you need to know the baryon number of that elementary particle and the strangeness. If you add both of them, you will get the hypercharge. Okay, so this is some definition of hypercharge. Other thing we need to discuss is isospin. So isospin is due to the fact that the strong interaction does not distinguish between charges. A strong interaction does not distinguish between charges. That means if you are having a proton and if you are having a neutron, so the strong interaction between a proton proton or a proton neutron, it is not distinguished. Okay, so that means this strong interaction treat this proton interaction or proton neutron interaction or neutron neutron interaction in a similar fashion. Okay, so it does not include charges. It does not include charges. Charges are not included, okay, in strong interaction. Okay, so to distinguish, to have certain idea which about this charges, we have a term called isospin. Okay, so I have already have demonstrated you the meson octade, then baryon decouplet and baryon octade, and meson pseudoscalar octade and vector octade. So in all those we have already mentioned the isospins. So you just need to remember those isospin for the elementary particles. And this is actually the approximate laws of conservation. We will see to this what is approximate laws of conservation and the essential laws of conservation. So this is just for the isospin. Now moving further down, we need to discuss something called as strangeness. So strangeness or the strange particles are the particles which are formed by the strong interaction, but they decay by, but they are formed by strong interaction, but they are decaying. Their decay process is by weak interaction. Okay, formed by strong interaction, but they are decaying with weak interaction. Decay processes with weak interactions. Okay, so this type of particles are called as strange particle, and they have the strange quark. We will see there are three types of quark, by the way. There are up quark, down quark, and a strange quark. So whatever strange particle are there, or whatever whosever strangeness is there, they have the strange quark in them. We will see the quark model and then we will go further down. So in a strong interaction, in a strange particle, they are formed with a strong interaction, but they decay with a weak interaction. And also the strong interaction is actually a fast process. This is very fast. Okay, formation is very fast, but the decay is very slow. Okay, these are some strange properties of the elementary particle, hence they are called as strange particle. Now moving further down for a quark model. So quark model, in the quark model, you have a inverted triangle like this. and you have one strange quark. You have one strange quark at the bottom. This is a strange quark. Okay, and then you have down quark and up quark. Okay, because the down quark and the strange quark have similar charges, and this quark have a fractional charges. If you see, their charges are fractional. Okay, so similar fashion we will draw diagonal lines. Okay, for their charges. So here the up quark has a charge 2 plus 3 E, and down and strange quark has charge that is minus 1 by 3 E. Also the strangeness is 0 for up and down quark. Strangeness is 0, S is equal to 0. But if we talk about a strange quark, it has a strangeness minus 1. Strangeness minus 1. So this is it for quark model. You just need to remember 3 quarks, and with these 3 quarks we will form the mesons and baryons, baryon antiparticles. Also there are some more 3 quarks to this. Actually in total there are 6 quarks. Okay, so in addition to this you have a top quark, then you have a bottom quark, and then you have a charm quark. Okay, so these 3 quarks are also there in addition to these 3, but this is none of our concern, because the elements are already can be formed by only these 3 quarks. Moving further down, for the anti-quark model. Anti-quark model. So this anti-quark model is, now it is a triangle. Now you have all the antiparticles to the quark. So at the top you will have same strange quark. Strange always remains alone. Okay, so strange quark, but anti strange quark. Then you have for the strange you have this, that is a down quark, anti down quark. Then you have a anti up quark. Now in a similar fashion you will draw a horizontal line for strangeness. So it is like this. Now the strangeness for the strange quark will be 1, and then you decrease by 1, and here it will be 0. Okay, and then if you see the charges, so charges will be Q is equal to, here the charges are reversed, that means it will be plus 1 by 3 E. Also the strangeness is reverse. If you see the strangeness of a S, that is strange quark, was minus 1, but for the antiparticle it is plus 1. And also U bar will have a charge which is minus 2 by 3 E. You just need to know this charge, and you will decrease by 1 and you will get this charge. So this is the anti-quark model. Now proceeding further for a composition of a mesons. So mesons are composed of 2 quarks. Mesons are composed of 2 quarks. Mesons are composed of 2 quarks. 2 quarks. And these 2 quarks will be one will be quark and another will be anti-quark. So it will be Q bar always, because the quark have an baryon number which is 1 by 3. All the quark have a baryon number 1 by 3, and all the anti-quark have a baryon number minus 1 by 3. Okay, since mesons are not a baryon, so mesons have a baryon number 0. To constitute 0 here, so you should have one quark and one anti-quark. okay, not a same quark, it might be a different quark. Okay, so one quark and one anti-quark. So how we can find out the for different quark composition of mesons is can be done in this fashion. You just need to know its charge and its strangeness. Only two things are required. So let us do it. For an example, for a mesons, we first do it for kaons. So kaon positive will have charge is positive, that is 1, and the strangeness for this is 1 plus 1. So the quark composition for this, that is quark composition, would be since the strangeness is plus 1, so there will be an anti-strange quark. Okay, there is an anti-strange quark is fixed now. So anti-strange quark have a plus 1 by 3 charge. Now in addition to it, we need 2 by 3 charge to have plus 2 by 3 charge to have q is equal to 1. So the only one which is remaining is u. Clear? Now for k naught, same q is 0, but strangeness is again plus 1. Now the quark composition will be in a similar fashion. You will have s bar, but here you need 1 by 3 is there, minus 1 by 3 to have total 0 charge on this kaon. For this to happen, there is only one way, that is d has a minus 3 charge there. Okay, so in this fashion, if you know the strangeness and if you know the charge, you can easily if you can easily find out the quark composition of them. So moving further down, we will write all the kaons together. So let us have k bar naught. So it has q is equal to 0, but strangeness here is minus 1 now. Okay, so strangeness is minus 1. So strangeness minus 1, that means there is a quark, that is s quark is there, that is fixed. Now quark should be the total charge should be 0. Total charge should be 0, that means strange particle have minus 1 by 3, strange quark have minus 1 by 3 charge. Now you should have plus 1 by 3 to compensate this. So only one way is to do that, is d bar. Okay, so if here you can easily see there is one quark and one anti-quark, one quark and anti-quark, one quark and anti-quark. So baryon number will be 0 for all of this. See here the baryon number is 1 by 3, here minus 1 by 3, here 1 by 3, here minus 1 by 3, here minus 1 by 3, here 1 by 3. So baryon number cancel out, and will the total baryon number for this mesons will be 0. Now k bar that is negative, so that will be minus 1 charge. Strangeness will be again s. So only way to have this minus 1, that is minus 1 by 3. You need minus 2 by 3. This minus 2 by 3 is achieved by anti-up quark. Now we will do for the pions, that is pi plus. So for pi plus, there should be plus q plus 1 charge. Strangeness is 0, so no strange quark is there. Now you need to have plus 1, so you will have u, that will be plus 2 by 3. Now you need one more, plus 1 by 3, that will be d bar. Compose this done. So now again for this pi naught, you have again 0 and strangeness is 0. Now this pi naught can be composed with two composition, that is u bar and d bar. So for both of this, the charge will be 0, strangeness will be 0, and baryon number will be 0. So there are two composition possible for pi naught. Okay, similarly if you go for pi minus, so this will be minus 1, and here it will be 0 again. So again u and d you have to deal with. Now it is minus, since it is minus, so there will be d and u bar. Okay, so since this is d will be having minus 1 by 3, u bar, that is up bar, will have 2 by 3, then it will compose to have a minus 1 q charge. Okay, no need to memorize this composition, actually just need to know what is q and s. from the octave, from the diagram, okay, and then you can easily compose it by yourself. Don't memorize it. Now again, going further down, we have one particle left, that is eta naught, and this eta naught has zero charge, zero strangeness. So this eta naught and pi naught share the similar composition, that is u bar and d bar. Okay, so similarly you can do it for all the vectors as well. For the vectors, this composition is not changed, because the vectors possesses only a different angular momentum, but composition remains the same. Okay, now moving further down for the, so welcome. So baryon number, for the baryons, baryon number is 1, and they are composed of 3 quarks, and there won't be any anti-quark in them, because all quarks contain plus 1 by 3 baryon number, so there won't be any anti-quark in the baryons. So let me remind you the decouplet. So decouplet was something like this. I am drawing a very short diagram here. So there was delta, 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 delta. It was plus 2, plus 1, 0 and minus 1. Here it was a sigma, sigma and sigma, again minus, naught and plus. Then you have a cascade that was negative, and then a cascade which was 0. Okay, and then you have a omega which was negative, and for the strangeness we are seeing here. So strangeness was going from 0, minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. So charges are known, strangeness are known, so we can easily find out the composition of this baryons. So let me quickly draw the table. So here you have delta plus plus. So here for the Q will be 2, and strangeness is 0. So the quark composition, quarks involved, so the quark composition will be maximum is u. So plus 2 by 3, plus 2 by 3, plus 2 by 3 and plus 2 by 3. So it will come out to be 2. So it is simple algebra you have to use. See for what combination this charge will be 2. And remember, no anti-quark is used, so the baryon number is conserved here. So it will be 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. So when baryon number will be 1 again. So for delta negative, delta positive, it will be 1, it will be 0. No strange quark is required because strangeness is 0. So 1, for 1 it will be u is for 2 by 3, 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Okay. डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रही हूँ यार. So the strangeness is 0. So no strange particle, strange quark is required here. Now you need to have plus 1, that can be easily done by UUD. That will be plus 2 by 3, plus 2 by 3, and then negative 1 by 3, which is nothing but 1. Okay. Now for 0, this is 0, strangeness is again 0. Then for 0 you have UDD, again it will be, actually this is same for neutron, and this is same as the proton. We will see that also, that the quark composition for neutron and proton and delta plus and delta naught are similar, actually same. Now moving further down, we have delta negative. For delta negative, you have quark, you have charge that is minus 1 and the strangeness that is 0. For a negative, the maximum negative can be achieved only with DDD. So you can easily find out minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3 comes out to be minus 1. And here it is plus 2 by 3, minus 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3, it is coming out to be 0. Moving further down, we have sigma minus. So sigma minus will be negative in charge, then you have strangeness as -1. So strangeness is -1, negative in charge. Since the strangeness are there, so I will write all their sigmas together. So you can extend this. So I have a sigma, sigma naught and sigma plus. I have a cascade minus, cascade naught, and then omega minus. So for this sigmas, you have this is 0, this is +1, and the strangeness of all the sigmas are -1. Okay, -1, -1, -1. So there will be a strange particle in them. There will be definitely a strange quark in them. So that will be strange quark, and strange quark. The strange quark is fixed down. So you have -1/3, -1/3, and -1/3 charge fixed. Now you need to know some composition such that of U and D such that the -1 is there. -1 is -1 charge, and total -1 charge is there. So what you can do is, for this to happen -1, so -2/3 is required. For -2/3, it is simple, you have to have DD. So that will give out to be -1. Now for having a charge 0, you need to have +1/3, and this can be achieved by U and D. So you will have +2/3, D will have -1/3. So total it will be 1/3, and with the strangeness it will be 0. Now for this to have +1, there is only one possible, that is 4/3 should be there. For 4/3, there should be 2 U's. Okay, do not memorize it, it is very simple. Now for the cascade, you have a -1, here 0, and the strangeness are -2, -2. Now since the strangeness has increased to -2, there must be 2 strange particle there. So there is 2 strange particle fixed. That means you have -2/3 charge fixed. Okay, now you need to have -1 as a total charge. So you need to have -1/3, and -1/3 is charge of D. And for 0, there must be +2/3, and +2/3 is the charge of U. So in this fashion you can do. And for negative omega, so this is negative omega, -3 is the strangeness, all strange will come, and since all strange, there is -3/3, and it will be -1 as a total charge. So this is all strange decoupled baryons are covered. Now if you see for neutron as well. So for neutron, this is delta naught is same as the neutron composition, and delta plus is the same as the proton composition. So the charges are same, strangeness are same, so the composition will be same for the baryons. Thank you for this lecture. We will see you in the next one.